When you sit down and evaluate him or her, you think about the pros and cons of this person, and the only pro that you can come up for this person is their sex. That is a huge red flag. The greatest thing about this person is what they can do for you physically. A dog has more pros than that. What's going on, YouTube world? This is your guy, Sealz the man, and I'm back at you with another important video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the signs that you're dealing with the sex demon. Sounds crazy, right? But it's a real thing. But before I get into that, I want y'all to do me a favor. If you like my content, if you like how I talk, if you like what I talk about, if you like my my motivation and my goal, which is to understand the mind of good men, hit that subscribe button below this video box. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's talk about this in the comment section. And if you have an Instagram or any social media for that matter, follow me on Sealz the man on all platforms. All right. So now that I got that out the way, let's get to it. A lot of people out here, maybe you, people that you see, people that you know, are going through a lot of toxic relationships and toxic situationships and even marriages because of one huge gaping miscalculation and judgment. So let me explain what that is. It is so easy to be blinded by a person who has it all in your eyes. A guy who has everything you ever dreamed of in a guy, or a woman who whispers in your ear and blows your mind away with her words. And it is so easy to get trapped in a relationship from hell when you are seduced by sex demons. Yes, I said sex demons. And this is what a sex demon is. A sex demon is a man or a woman who has no other intentions with you but to drain your energy, your soul, your common sense, and your material possessions by using sex as a tool to fool you. Now, we're all grown here, and maybe you have come across these type of people or been in these situations. So this is why it's so essential that you pay attention to this video and take notes. The theme of this channel is to provide information on what it is to understand the mind of a good man. And I started this channel as a platform for my two young nieces so that I will be able to put them on game, so when they come of age, they won't come across these types of things. And so they'll be able to understand people a little better. So I know, especially for them, especially for young women, around the teenage years is when you start to get introduced to sex demons. And the crazy thing about it is sex demons have no expiration. Like, it starts around the teenage years of, new maturity, but you'll see senior citizen sex demons. It just doesn't stop, truth be told. So this message is for all people, young women, young men, older women, older men. Everybody can learn from this, especially if you're in the dating world and trying to find love, right? Whether you're a teenager and your hormones are raging and every other teenager around you, hormones are raging, or you're an older person, you're just looking for a solid relationship, but then you're surrounded by immature older people. It doesn't matter. So let's proceed. So like I said earlier, a sex demon is a person, man or woman, who uses you to lay with and uses laying with you as a tool to get what they want from you. And you don't want that, right? So here are the signs that you're dealing with a sex demon. Number one, he or she is always trying to hang out in odd hours and in specific locations. There's a saying my grandma always said, cracks me up every time. There ain't nothing open at this time of night except for bars, hospitals, and legs. She's crazy. So if you come across someone who's consistently trying to hang out with you in just weird hours, late hours, and always trying to hang out with you at home or some kind of intimate location, but never want to go anywhere else, then you might be dealing with a sex demon. And there are exceptions to this. There are people who are in professions like doctors and nurses, police, detectives, EMT that, they work at night. And that's cool. But there's also a solution to that. That's what PTOs are for. That's what taking days off are for. That's what the weekends are for. There's 24 hours in a day and 7 days in a week. And if you start to feel like you're being reserved for just the midnight train section of those days, then that's a red flag. You're probably a victim to a sex demon. The thing with this is sex demons they don't want anything else from you but to get things from you. And if they know you like what they do to you physically, then they will think you are not going anywhere because they will feel like you can't get this kind of feeling from anywhere else or anyone else. So now they feel like they got you trapped. Your mind usually tells you what's going on. If your mind tells you that you're being used, most likely you're being used. If there is an imbalance in the equation, like you're giving out more than he or she is giving to you, then most likely that's the reality. But it is your decision to listen to yourself and accept the truth, which a lot of people have difficulty with because they fight the truth. And that's why a lot of people end up in toxic situations and relationships and even marriages. And that leads me to my next sign that you're dealing with a sex demon, is that he or she asks of you more than what they do for you. Sex isn't just a physical action. It can also be of the mental. For an example, being seduced is an action of mental sex. Manipulation is an action of mental sex. So if you're following along, you'll understand that anyone can be a victim of this, especially if you're mentally weak, spiritually broke, have no faith or moral grounds, or desperate. Those 4 types of people are the biggest victims of sex demons. So when someone is using the physical and mental action of sex against you to control your mind and your actions towards their favor, this type of person wants more from you than they are willing to give to you. Typical leeches. Sex demons pride themselves on only being good in this one thing, which is making you feel good physically or mentally, as I discussed. But it's fake love. It ain't real. It's a literal diversion from what the truth is. And it is that you're being used. And like I said, this goes for both men and women. It's crazy. I've heard situations where men use sex as a tool for women to have their apartments, to have their car, to have a place to sleep at night. And then I've heard situations where women use sex as a tool to men, to drain them of their fortune, use them as protection, showcase them as a trophy. So many crazy things out there. But when it's all said and done, they're all victims and they're all being used. And they don't even see it. Their minds are in an ecstasy cloud, but they are not grounded to the earth. They don't even see what's going on in reality until it's too late. The usual theme with sex demons is that they're good for nothing and have nothing to give but sex. But as long as they have your nose wide open, they know you will provide them the world. And that leads me to my third and last sign that you're dealing with a sex demon. When you sit down and evaluate him or her, you think about the pros and cons of this person, and the only pro that you can come up for this person is their sex. That is a huge red flag. The greatest thing about this person is what they can do for you physically. They're not there for you when they're needed. They don't support your businesses or support you. They're not good with communication. They're not good gifters. Nothing. The best thing about this person is their sex. What does that sound like to you? A sex demon, yes. That is a crazy red flag. A dog has more pros than that. And when these victims come to the realization of this, they are mind blown. But the crazier fact is, this is a lot of people's realities, whether they admit to it or they don't. Because, I mean, think about it. How is laying with me the best thing you ever done for me? When all you have to offer to me is sex or something physical, instead of being food for my soul, enrichment to my spirit, value to my life, then this is not right. What are we doing here? So in conclusion, you know I never present a problem without providing a solution. So this is my opinion. Avoiding sex demons is pretty easy, to be honest with you, but it takes self-discipline, strong belief in your faiths, your beliefs, and in yourself, and being unwavering and headstrong in what you want in life. Because if you don't, this is the best way to not protect yourself, protect your spirit, and protect your heart and your feelings. At the end of the day, don't be fooled by the sins of men, or you will be fooled by them all. All right? So this is a message from Sealz the Man. Hopefully this video helps you realize what you want in life, realize what you want in your relationships, realize what you want in your friendships, and stick with it. Never adjust your moral ground for someone else. All right? Stay safe, protect your heart out there, and get what you deserve. Peace and blessings. See you in my next video. Goodbye.